Lucasfilm just announced 2 new Star Wars games coming out soon. Let's get into it. So Lucasfilm just announced that 2 new Star Wars games are coming out. The first one is called Star Wars Galactic Racer. On the Star Wars website, it says the game is a runs-based, high-stakes reinvention of racing born in the lawless outer rim of the Star Wars galaxy. The Empire's grip on the galaxy has finally broken, and with its fall comes a new obsession: speed. As the New Republic struggles to rebuild, gambling, entertainment, and glory fuel a booming underground. Out of this chaos, the Galactic League is born, an unsanctioned racing circuit where syndicates sponsor pilots, fortunes are won and lost in seconds, and only the bold survive. At the heart of it all is Shade, a lone racer with a dream of glory and revenge. For Shade, the League isn't just a race, it's a shot at reclaiming destiny. But standing in Shade's way is Kestar, a ruthless rival who has his own power-hungry plans for the League. As the Galactic League rises, so does the rivalry that could define it. Shade must forge alliances, outpace rivals, and survive long enough to become an elite racing pilot. So, this news was pretty cool to see. I'll show some photos on screen as we go. This game is going to be the debut game of Fuse Games, which is a new game studio. So I'm particularly excited about this. I've only played a handful of Star Wars games in general, mostly Lego Star Wars. But this interests me because it's a racing, kind of a Star Wars racing game, basically. Like, almost like the pod racing games in Lego Star Wars, but, visually realistic. The next game is Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic. And they released a trailer for that as well as the Galactic Racer game. On their website, the description says, in Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic, step into the role of a Force user on a journey through a galaxy on the edge of rebirth at the end of the Old Republic. The brand new epic narrative single-player action role-playing game from Arkanaut Studios, developed in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, was announced on stage tonight at this year's Game Awards. Along with the first look at a thrilling trailer, it was announced that Fate of the Old Republic will be developed by a new studio launched by Casey Hudson, the director of the original Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic and the Mass Effect trilogy. Blending innovative storytelling, memorable characters, and heart-pounding combat, Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic will immerse you in an unforgettable experience where every action, every decision deepens your journey toward the light or the darkness. In the exclusive first interview on the forthcoming title, Hudson and VP and GM of Lucasfilm Games, Doug Lee Riley, sat down with StarWars.com to talk about the storied history of KOTOR and tease what we can expect from the new collaboration. When we developed the original KOTOR, we wanted to create a definitive Star Wars experience, crafting an adventure that consisted of all the things we dreamed of doing as Star Wars fans, Hudson says. Now, 25 years after, we started work on that game. Fate of the Old Republic represents an opportunity to explore a contemporary vision of a definitive Star Wars experience using state-of-the-art technology and game design, and an all-new story crafted specifically to deliver on the combination of player agency and immersion in Star Wars that was at the heart of KOTOR. Although Fate of the Old Republic is not a direct sequel or continuation, it is being built by people who helped shape that legacy, Riley adds. For us, this new project is about honoring that legacy by creating something in the same tradition of a deep, cinematic, choice-driven role-playing game. Being set in the past gives us immense amount of open space to tell new original Star Wars stories, while staying true to the spirit of the galaxy we all love. There are, quite literally, infinite stories to tell. While we will always honor and celebrate the core saga, it's crucial to explore new territory, meet new characters, and see new parts of the galaxy, Riley notes. When we were making KOTOR, we were just focused on making the best game we could, and had no idea it would resonate the way it did. Seeing the impact it made with players and how that connection has endured for more than 20 years is humbling and inspiring. Although the team is mum on the details of the story they're planning, Fate of the Old Republic will introduce new characters for an all-new story. We're still early in development, with many challenges ahead, Hudson says. I'm grateful to have enjoyed the support of KOTOR fans for many years, and I look forward to embarking upon this journey together, sharing more of what we're doing as soon as we can. So this was nice to get along with the other game, Galactic Racers. I don't know much about the original KOTOR game, and I'm sure KOTOR fans are excited to see this Fate of the Old Republic, but we don't have any release dates yet for these games. Hopefully they come out soon. I know there are other projects that were announced years ago and still haven't been released. But I'd rather they take their time and make it good than, rush release this. But that's all I really wanted to say about that. Let me know which game you're more excited for. For me, I'm more excited about the racing game. I think it'll be fun to kind of relive the kind of pod racing parts of the old Lego games back in the day. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, everyone, and may the Force be with you.